So here I am at Dammam Airport once again, heading out on another Saudi Arabian road trip. This time heading off to the mountainous area of Al Baha in the west side of the country. Should be quite an adventure. So first of all, we're heading into Jeddah Airport from Dammam, and then from Jeddah we're doing overnight stay in a hotel, and then we're up early in the morning to catch a domestic flight to Al Baha, which is only 1 hour. The thing I love the most about heading to the west side of Saudi Arabia is the fact that it feels like you're going to a different country, because it's so different to the eastern side of the country, which is where I live. The west side is all mountainous and it's green and it's about 10 degrees cooler up in the mountains. It just feels like you're going to a completely different country. You don't have to change currency, you don't have to change SIM cards, all that type of thing. So it's quite an adventure as well. It can be a bit scary, but I've done it a few times now, so I know what to expect. Just getting close to the terminal building, so better put the camera away, otherwise the police might get a little bit annoyed with me. Okay, so I've arrived in Jeddah, but I'm at baggage services because there's been a little bit of a mix-up with my bag between Dammam and here, so I need to hang around for a little bit and try and get my bag back before I check into the hotel. So could be here for a few hours. Anyway, welcome to Jeddah. Finally made it at the hotel, minus my suitcase. So we're going to check in now, and it's literally like 2:30 in the morning. We need to be up at, I think, 6:30 to go back to the airport. So we're going to be really struggling tomorrow for sleep, I think. Anyway, finally made it. Welcome to Jeddah. Really warm still. It's like 2:30 in the morning and it's really, really warm. Never had sausage and mash for breakfast before. Oh, it's pretty warm. 7:10 in the morning, and it's probably 25 degrees already. Early morning in Jeddah, on our way back to the airport. Oh, this is going to be one exhausting trip. Why every flight can't be like this? Literally, there's hardly anyone here. It's amazing. Waits. Look at this. Ready to get going in our car hire. It's a Toyota Fortuner. Landed in Al Baha, domestic flight from Jeddah. Really quiet right now. I mean, there's literally hardly anyone on the roads, which is really fantastic. Quieter the roads, the better in Saudi Arabia, because the driving is a bit crazy. Can be a bit frantic at times. Yeah, we need to get a coffee. We need to get a coffee because we're flagging, because we only had about 3 hours sleep, which is not ideal for this type of driving. Should be about an hour's drive to Thee Ain Village. So we've hit the mountainous region now, or the mountainous area. And the roads are getting really, really windy now, so we've got to keep our eyes on the road. But I think we're only about 20 minutes now from Thee Ain. This is Al Baha region of Saudi Arabia. Look at that road winding around the sort of mountain. I think we just came down that road. It's difficult to tell, but that's pretty crazy. You probably wouldn't think that this was Saudi Arabia when you looked at it, but this is the western side of Saudi Arabia. Most of it is mountainous, like this, for quite a long way, up until you get to the northern part when it starts to turn back to desert. But down here, in the southern area, towards the border with Yemen, most of it is like this, kind of mountainous region. There's our car in the background, Fortuna. Doing pretty well so far. Oh, there it is, right behind me, Thee Ain Heritage Village, in all its glory, in all its midday glory. Even though we're up in the mountains and it's September, still unbelievably hot midday. So we decided to leave Thee Ain, and head up to Jeddah, up in the mountains. So that's much higher up. So it's now 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So hopefully it's going to be a little bit cooler up there. And then later on we're going to come back down and visit or revisit Thee Ain. Unbelievably hot. So it's not comfortable to walk around, and it's and I forgot to bring my hat. And I didn't bring any sun cream, so that's not good. Where are we now? Second gear. Let's drop it down into first. Let's do this hill. Not even a very steep one. I think it's a steep one coming up. Let's go back into second. Some of these climbs are unbelievable.
Oh my gosh, look at this.
Unbelievable. Oh, and a few wheel screeches.
Wow.
Yeah. Concentrating hard here. Some of these corners are pretty tight. And we're extremely high up now. We must be well over, I don't know, well over 2,000 metres up. See it looking down. It's like almost like a sheer drop. Sort of views you expect to find in Saudi Arabia on the western side. Stuff like this, absolutely unbelievable, breathtaking. And this windy road here, some of the steepest inclines I've ever driven on, is gradually winding its way up to this peak here. Now we're not entirely sure exactly how high up we're actually going to go, but we're pretty high up now. I think we're well over 2,000 metres up, and still quite a long way to go. We've got the Fortuna, and it's doing pretty well. There's nothing this car can't handle. Probably wouldn't take it to the desert. Okay, we just come down from the top of Jebel Shada, really steep inclines coming down, and we just got out of the car and the brakes absolutely stink. They were put under some serious pressure. We just come out to make sure that they're okay, but we can actually smell the brakes burning, the brake disc burning, so we're just making sure that they're going to be okay for the remainder of the trip. managed to make it into Dhee Ayn, ancient heritage site in Baha, or close to Baha in western Saudi Arabia. Finally managed to get in here. Been kind of waiting all day. We were just sort of waiting for it to get a bit cooler. Got to say, quite an amazing little place. Able to just walk around the whole site. A lot of steps, but yeah, quite incredible. Probably one of the most amazing places to come in Saudi Arabia, I think. It's well worth the visit. It's a lot of effort to get here, but it's well worth the trip, I think anyway. Anything in Saudi Arabia is a lot of effort because they're just not really geared up for tourism. But this is really quite an amazing site. Literally able to walk around most of the site unsupervised, which is probably a little bit dangerous, but still amazing to have that level of freedom at a tourist attraction. And it's free. I think it's free. We're not paid to come in. I don't know if we have to pay a fee on exit, but we've not actually paid anything to come in to look around, and we pretty much have free rein to walk wherever we want, which is really quite amazing. We're just soaking up the scenery here. The mountains and the architecture of this heritage site is really quite amazing, and the way that it's been preserved, I think the Saudi government have put a lot of money into this to help preserve it. I'm going to walk through this narrow little pathway here, which is a little bit tricky. It's just sort of broken stones and slate beneath me. A little bit dangerous, but it's not been cordoned off or anything. It's not been, there's no warning signs or anything like that, so a little bit. We made it. We're still alive. It's all good.